Fourth poem, Sonnet. The poem is written by Toru Dutt. In this poem, the poet describes the beauty of a garden. She compares her garden with the sea. Let's read the poem and understand. A sea of foliage girds our garden round. The first line means that the garden is surrounded by greenery, that is nothing but green leaves or leaves of different types of plants. The garden of the poet is surrounded by the leaves, and it's like a sea of foliage, that is nothing but it's a sea of leaves, that is there are many leaves, the poet wants to say, but not a sea of dull and varied green. But it's not exactly like the sea, because sea has only one dull color. There are no varieties in sea. That is nothing but, the poet says that her garden is like a sea of foliage, but it doesn't have dull unvaried green color. Sharp contrast of all colors here are seen. The garden has different types of color, different varieties of green colors. Let's see which colors the garden has. The light green graceful tamarinds abound. The tamarind trees are of light green color. Amid the mango clumps of green profound, and the dark green color is represented by the mango groves or mango trees, and palms arise like pillars grey between and over the quiet pools the sea mules lean, and the palm trees are just like grey pillars which are between or over the quiet pools. The sea mules are also leaning on the pools. Sea mules are nothing but a type of plants. Sea mules have maroon color or red color flowers. In the next line also we can see red red and startling like a trumpet sound. So these sea mules are red in color and they are just like trumpet sound. But nothing can be lovelier than the ranges of bamboos to the eastward when the moon looks through their gaps and the white lotus changes into a cup of silver. But according to the poet, what she truly finds is the best scene, or the scene which she loves a lot, is when the moon shines. When the moon shines and the moonlight passes through the bamboo trees which are located in the east side of the garden, the white lotus looks like a cup of silver. That is, the lotus, when the moonlight falls on the lotus, and when we see the lotus through the bamboo trees, that is, the bamboo trees has gap. When we look through the gap to the lotus during night, the white lotus appears to be as a cup of silver. One might swoon drunken with beauty then, or gaze and gaze on a primeval Eden in amaze. In the last lines, the poet says that it looks so beautiful that one may lose consciousness or one may faint, and just stare at that beautiful sight, because she feels that her garden is just like primeval Eden. So primeval Eden is nothing but the first garden where Adam and Eve met, and it was a very beautiful garden. So in the last lines, the poet praises the beauty of her garden and also compares it with primeval Eden. And this concludes the poem.